mister.
The little boy looks at you. He picks his nose.
You be careful. My daddy's a magister.
Oh, then we really should be careful. What's happening there?
No, he's not. His daddy's a fisherman like most daddies round here.
Well, I think that's nothing. My dad is a god. Probably.
They stare at you in disbelief. Then they start laughing.
You're weird.
I know. And what do you want to see? So why are you staring at the water so much?
We're waiting for our friend. He went for a swim. He'll be back soon.
He went swimming all the way to Fort Happy.
For Joy?
That's what I said. Fort Joy. He's going to find his mum and bring her back.
What's your friend's name? Joe?
Cool. How did you know that?
Oh.
Mister, have you seen our friend Joe?
Their innocence in a world with precious little innocence left. Let's leave them that way.
What they don't know can't hurt them. Don't tell them.
Kids are resilient. Tell them the truth.
The truth hurts, but they'll get over it.
Joe was eaten by a shark.
The horror grows on their little faces.
No, that's a horrible thing to say. I bet it wasn't Joe. I bet it was someone else's leg in that icky shark.
She bursts into tears, then looks from you to her and back again, then starts crying too.
Don't worry. Death isn't so bad.
After a moment, the crying subsides. Ben and Harriet snuggle into you.
You're cold. So where's Joe?
Joe is with his ancestors in the Hall of Echoes.
It's okay to say you don't know. You don't have to make stuff up.
I think we should go home. Come on, Ben. Thank you, mister. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye, mister.
They skip away, still children, but now, somehow, older than before.
Oh, need a fortified scroll. And what is happening here?
I thought you lizards were all hiding behind your imperial walls. What are you doing in Driftwood?
Just passing through, and I'm not looking for trouble.
Good. This town has enough problems. Tell me, have you seen a man around here? Grey beard, grey cloak, a look of madness in his eyes.
Well, I haven't had the pleasure, but I'll let you know if I find him.
The Magister's eyes narrow, and her lip curls as she assesses you.
It's vital that you report anything unusual. We must know. Is that clear?
And who is he?
He arrived in Driftwood some days ago, dressed as a tinkerer. He bought and sold a few knickknacks. But we thought nothing of it until our brothers started vanishing. As soon as he knew we were onto him, he ran. We think he's hiding in here, but he's a canny one. Now, be on your way. Who knows where he could strike next?
Thank you. There's
Barrels and the
someone...
chests. On the double.
Okay, let's talk to Raymond then. Maybe he won't kill us.
Julian, show 'em how it's done, man. Go on, you mute sacks of flesh. Put your backs into it. I'll not lose another day to the tide. The Lord Dread awaits. Its sails billow with Dallas's breath.
The Magister stops barking orders. He sniffs the air like a predator, turns to face you, the wolf eyeing the deer.
I didn't realize it's not so bad, sorry.
Oh, but yours is not a stink like the one that surrounds us, spat from a dying sea. Yours is a scent that invites a question. Tell me, have you ever been strung up by the hands? Your body swinging like a bell's clapper as your bones are being broken with cast iron rods?
Such cruelty is unworthy of a fellow human being, for sure.
We do cruel things unto others and unto ourselves because we must.
He licks his lips. Dry flesh turns wet.
See, I'd like to string you up too. Rack you with rods and leave you dangling over a puddle of your own blood and piss.
Well, I'm concerned about blood and piss, but I would prefer my bones unbroken for sure.
In that case, you'd better think very carefully about the next words that escape your stinking trap. I'm very good at what I do. I don't even need a sauce hound yapping at my side. There was a whiff of something in the air when you approached. A current of filth. That is to say, sauce. best convince me I was
Okay, I understand. I finally said, I'm not a sorcerer. I seek to become a magister. Where can I sign up?
He leans in closer and sniffs the air once more.
interesting. So I was mistaken. Must have been ambition I smelt on you, not the magic that dare not speak its name. Very well. In that case, we'll forego the gallows and turn straight to the hunt. A would-be magister has to prove his killer instinct. After all, seems peaceful here, doesn't it? A quiet day in a quiet town. One wouldn't think these drifting woods toss on dwarf troubled. They do.
Allure me intrigued. What about these dwarven troubles?
Consider for a moment the dwarf. What is he? A mule? A beast of burden? But some defy that role. There are rats among them, dancing to their rat queen's tune. I've need of a rat cat.
If I'm to accept the role of said rat catcher, I would need more concrete information than that.
Of course. I must depart post-haste, but Julian here will stay behind and be a good little parrot. Ask and he will answer.
Stay behind? But I've my orders. Same as you.
Like I said, Julian is staying. And with that, I must be off. No hard feelings about the death threats, of course. How about we part shaking hands instead of stringing them up?
Sure, I will for sure look into the troubles with the dwarfs, of course.
There's a moment of fleeting suspicion as his glove closes round the bones of your hand, but only a moment. He grins darkly.
How very heartwarming.
Eh.
One last thing. The Magisters here are diligent men and women. A stranger like you may run into troubles with. Should this happen, just wave this piece of parchment in their eager little faces. My signature will placate them without fail, I assure you. Adieu and good luck. The Lord Dread awaits. The use of the gallows I pass on to you.
Thank you.
The time has come, my stitched lit lovelies.
So
We
with
set sail.
that, we should have no
Stations.
problem. Wait, what's that? Julian. Let's talk to him
The
first.
Magister is rubbing the dirt off his robes, none the worse for wear, apparently, from the blast of magic that knocked him off his feet.
You, the damn recruit. I'd be whining and dining aboard the Lord Dread if it weren't for you. Your meddling in Magister affairs had better be worth it.
Your superior told me to report to you.
Yes, I am very much aware. Wasn't my damned head that hit the floor back there. Now answer me. Did you meet with a Magister caravan on your way into town? The hour's growing late and I'm beginning to worry something might have gone wrong.
Yes, I did, and yes, it did.
By the bishop's bones, you saw it? Out with it, man. What happened?
Such gore, so much death, so much fear. Even the dead would tremble at the despair.
That means source was used, which means some third party must have attacked first. And I've a fair idea who that might have been. Raymond, that old goat. Always suspected his hate to admit it, but I think he may be right. Too many things have gone wrong along Reaper's Coast to attribute to bad luck. Magister ships sinking, weapons disappearing, and as you've seen, a caravan attacked and destroyed. Rumour has it the Dwarvian Queen herself is behind these acts of sabotage. That is what I want you to prove.
If I'm to prove these accusations, I need to know where to start looking.
There's a local thug, Lohar. He runs an operation out of his hideout beneath the Black Bull Tavern. I suspect this man of being a spy for his queen.
It may be interesting to have a word with him. Find out what he's up to. Where I really want you to ferret around is Reaper's Bluffs, to the west of Driftwood.
It's wild territory, remote and hostile, where I believe the dwarves may have set up a base of operations away from prying eyes. Should you find any such place, and better yet, proof that Lohar is working on behalf of Queen Justinia, you will be handsomely rewarded, I assure you.
And why Raymond And you suspected dwarfs.
They've always been snakes in the cheap labour, sure. And hard workers, too. Half of them are their queen's spies. Her eyes, her ears, her poison-pouring hands. You know what Queen Justinia is like, surely. A tyrant and a master strategist to boot.
I probably know enough for now. Thank you.
In that case, go forth and let the hunt commence.
You told me something about the dead lizard hanging from the scaffold.
That's internal order business. You do well to leave it alone. Let's just say Zeus and there was of help to sorcerers and leave it at that.
I'm going to set the prisoner free.
You're going to... What, now?
You can set her free yourself.
She betrayed Alexander. I'd sooner die than free her.
Please be prudent. The Meister is a powerful spirit. If she dies here, she may linger even in the afterlife.
I'll regret. All right. I'll stand aside.
Thank you.
Necessary? Well, have you found time in your busy schedule to do...
Yes.
Be quick about it. Who knows when that magistrate might return? God's teeth, it feels good to move again. Now, best scurry off before that magistrate wanders back. Meet me at my home in Driftwood, and we can see what you're made of.
The Meister sits slumped in a chair, looking around the room as she works her shoulder with one hand. It looks like it was dislocated by the gallows.
Damnable red-cloaked baboons ransacking my wardrobes. As if I would keep ancient valuable secrets in a pile with my unmentionable...
She takes a deep breath, and with a twist, a click, and a screech of pain, she shoves her shoulder back into its socket.
I swear by the seven, if we did not have more important matters to attend to.
Reaching across the table, she pulls a bowl of hot water towards her and fishes some bandages, a needle, and thread out of a box. She slowly starts to tend to her wounds.
At least the barbarians were unable to club their way into my... Where everything you need should be safe.
And what exactly is that I need?
In your case, more than I suspect, man. God or even reptile can provide. However, we must soldier on. It is not enough to be God-woken in order to ascend to divinity. There is a process.
As she speaks, the Meister uncorks a vial of shimmering liquid, sauce. She lets a couple of drops fall on her hand, but instead of infusing with her body, they quickly evaporate on her scales. She stares at the empty spot on her palm for a long moment before turning back to you, continuing as if nothing had happened.
A process by which God-woken may ascend. It begins with discovering your deepest self, delving into your own soul.
Excellent! It's been far too long since I've had a good conversation.
Quite.
But what happens next?
We shall begin once we have the tools we need from my vault. You may have been chosen God-woken, but becoming divine requires more than a supernatural pat on the head. Come, God-woken. It is time to see just how awake you are.
As authorized by His Honor the White Magister Raymond, with the blessing of Dallas at the bishop's right hand, in reverence of Alexander, son of the late divine, this writ permits its possessor access to areas and information necessary to fulfillment of the divine order's commands. No further permission shall be requested nor provided. Behold the mighty heroes of Driftwood and the feats for which we owe them our thanks. Garrick, a human who slew the necromancers preying upon the dead of the Stone Garden. Bromley, a dwarf who defeated the demons that plague the great woodlands. Vidya, a lizard who subdued the strange beasts that arose from the primordial caverns east of Driftwood. Hala, an elf who defended the farmers who freed Driftwood against Pitlia's bandits. They are all immortal through their deeds. Their implements of victory shall rest where they slew their enemies. Mind a painting?
I pray
Oh.
my instructions will not be too push. Your talent for following simple instructions fills me with wonder and pride.
A stone door lies flush with the floorboards. Etched whorls in the granite frame a depth.
She says something. Oh, okay.
Taking your time, you carefully enter the combination. The metallic sounds of the tumblers falling within the mechanism let you know you entered the code correctly.
Follow me. Your time is at hand, God-woken.
Ancient runes, weird contraptions. This place is an arcanist's dream.
Feel free to look about while I catch my breath.
Don't mind if I do.
And
And try not to break anything in the meantime.
No promises. Maester Sewell instructs me to record my research before I conduct any experiments regarding Goldwoken Ascension. The ritual itself is quite simple. 1. Place a single piece of black root in the ritual bowl. 2. Draw blood with obsidian lancet, your own is most convenient, and sprinkle it upon the root. 3. Set a flame to the bowl and its contents. 4. Ensure that you have sufficient source. 5. Inhale the resulting smoke. 6. Beyond this point, nothing is known. The ingredients for this ritual are not rare per se, but may be difficult to procure. I am fortunate that the Maester's source found and never runs low, so it is simple to gather source. Black root, however, is another matter entirely. The root grows in the forest to the northwest of Driftwood. It produces no poison nor thorns to guard it, but all manner of creatures stalk those trees. It is wise to quickly grab what one needs and then return. I pray that my experiments here pave the way for future scholars, or, should I succeed, to allow any to be the equals of Godwoken. Assuming we are not quite ready.
The Meister is examining her wounds, prodding at this, wincing at that. Her face seems grim as she turns to you.
Do you know what it means to have the power of the divine, Godwoken?
It is a chance to know the truth.
You would trade every soul in Rivellon for the You would make a ferocious librarian. No, becoming the divine means taking on the power of all the gods and the responsibility for all the races. The divine was created by the gods to shelter us from the void. The divine cannot use his power for anything else.
Surely I can use some power for myself.
When you become the divine, there is no...
For just a moment, her eyes soften as she looks at you.
It is no small thing to ask, but it is your duty. Without a new divine, Rivellon will die.
I understand.
Very well then. Let's see if we can't snatch divinity from the jaws of the void. The ritual itself is quite simple. Drop some blackroot in the bowl, mix in a little blood, set the concoction aflame, and then, well, not inhale the smoke, but whatever the skeletal equivalent is. Ignore any feelings of dizziness, itchy bones, or a dire sense of existential dread. They are all perfectly normal, although you will need to sacrifice a little...
How am I supposed to produce some blood from my bony persona?
Everything you need is here. Ingredients in the cupboard. Source in the glowing fountain. Ritual in the tome by the bookcase. Even an incinerator to provide a flame.
The Meister looks back at her wounds, curiously prodding them as fresh blood oozes out, staining her claws.
Your wounds look pretty bad.
Quite. Mind you, being torn asunder by a Voidwoken would be even more inconvenient. So if you wouldn't mind...
The Meister points sharply to the ingredients cupboard.
Have you ever seen the ritual performed before?
Once, although not by a Godwoken. My assistant did not believe that one had to be chosen by a god to become divine.
She waves a bandaged hand absent-mindedly, wincing slightly.
A headstrong and thoughtless girl, but the experience was... was quite educational. From observing her, I gather that the ritual involves inhaling the smoke, a lot of screaming, and a rather sudden death.
What happens if I don't want to risk it?
Then you will crawl back to whatever hole you came from, where you will sit and wait to see whether the Magisters or the Voidwoken kill you first.
The Meister leans in to speak, her eyes cold and unrelenting.
This is not a game, Godwoken. You may be our last chance to set things right in this world.
I will perform the ritual.
And do not lose anything. These ingredients are rare indeed. I'm not hiking back out to the cloisterwood to fetch you more blackroot.
What she said in the cupboard.
Opening the door, you see a selection of ingredients, thrown together in no particular order. After a quick rummage, you spot the blackroot, nestled between the grated dragon's tongue and drudene oil. You gather up the blackroot, obsidian lance, and ancient bowl, and kick the door of the cupboard closed.
Where am I supposed to put it? There. Oh, wait. I place it in the bowl, so combine this with the root. Okay, we have that. Drop blood with obsidian lancet. Combine with this. Set a flame to this. Wait. When does the source come? Oh, I just need to have source. Okay.
As the smoke swirls about your skull, your vision starts to swim and cloud. There is an intense pounding in your head, and you can feel the world fading.
Push on deeper into the smoke.
As the world fades away, you lose all sense of being grounded. You reach out, but you could feel yourself falling slowly, sinking into the depths of your own soul.
This recess of my soul. But it looks like the Hall of Echoes.
It does.
Bathed in the half-light of this eerie, starless landscape, you spot a figure you could only describe as you. Another you. It looks haggard and weak, its voice merely a feeble echo of your own.
Fane! My child. Come closer. Let us be revealed.
My face and Amadia's mannerism. What kind of charming chimera am I speaking to?
No beast. No monster. Merely an illusion to be dispelled.
The apparition clasps your face in shaking skeletal hands, and you feel a tingle run through your bones. Everything becomes brighter, sharper. Blacks and whites become glorious bursts of color before fading back to their accustomed spectrum.
Time to open the eyes you lost so long ago. To see the world as you once did. Speak the spell, and see.
God is the strange mirror image of yourself. Before you stands the goddess Amadia in all her spectral glory.
You know me now, don't you, Fane? Your sister. Your guardian. You were my hero once. You must be so again. Your kindred soul was my last refuge, my last bastion. From here I can aid you, but only if you grant me one small kindness.
Amadia stretches out and nourishes herself from the source that abounds in your presence. You feel it deep down inside yourself as it drains away.
Ah, yes. That is better. That is so much better. Truly. Dying does not become...
Dying? What exactly is wrong with you?
The forces of the king are hunting us down, leeching us in ways we never thought possible. Droplet by droplet, we are being drained. We are battling for our very survival, and I doubt you would have us lose, Fane. Should we perish, we will be cast into oblivion, and I dare not dream what he will do.
I do not fear the king.
Indeed, he may come to fear you. Do as I say. You must realize, dear one, that our fates are now as one, just as our souls are now as one. We, united, we are a force to be reckoned with. But if we are to survive the onslaught of the king and his void minions, you must remember what you have forgotten. We must become vastly more powerful. And once you are strong enough, we must travel to the Well of Ascension. There, you will become even more powerful.
Is that where you harness the power of the veil?
It is a lake, a pool of pure source, containing half the powers of each of the gods. We gave those powers up freely to create the first divine, a mortal we infused with our united strength. To bathe in the lake is to become the divine. But you, Fane, you could be so much more, and that is why you must be the first to reach it, no matter what the cost.
All 7 gave away half of their powers. I'm truly surprised by this generosity.
We had no choice. In the face of the Void's onslaught, our individual powers would never have been enough. Although we still had the sense to leave him immortal. The Void has never been this strong. A new divine won't be enough. You need to go to the Well of Ascension, not to bathe in its powers, but to take them. All of them. Even all those powers will barely be enough to defeat the king.
What will this mean for the rest of the 7?
It is simplicity itself. They will bow to you, or be undone. Of course, the others are saying the same to their mortal God-woken as well. But there can be only one. So make no mistake, dear Fane. The road to divinity may well mean the blood of those 6 traitors staining you. But do not let that dismay you. You will save these mortals. You will save this world. You will save me, the last of your true kin. And you will become a god.
What do you mean, true kin?
Dearest heart, you cannot tell me you look about this world and see an eternal realm. It is far too... The others have picked up the taint of their mortal pets and contaminated this world accordingly. You and I are the last Eternals, Fane. That is why it will be us. That is why it must be us.
And what of the mortal races? What will become of them?
They will be at your mercy, which is vastly preferable to you being at theirs, wouldn't you agree? So fret not, but revel in the promise of the lake. I will lead you there when you are ready, when you have remastered the source and once again speak the language of creation. Our journey will be fraught with peril. It is a pilgrimage of challenges that will require you to command Source as you once did, and wield its most powerful spells.
But surely, if I need to learn anything further, there's no better tutor than yourself.
Laughter rolls and echoes into infinity.
You flatter me, dear child. But if all I had to do was give, you would have received long ago. We are I now. I shall teach you the spells you need to remember soon, but not before you relearn how to channel the source in greater volumes. That is why you need to seek these masters of the source. You must make them teach you, so that you can regain your full power. They may be nothing but mortals, but like all mortals, they have their uses. Return to Rivellon, seek them out, and force these masters to share the knowledge they have gleaned. Once you have, return to me here.
I thought you know more about the source than any mortal.
Alas, I am no longer who I once was, bound to you as I've become. I will teach you what I can, but the links that will expand the bounds of your soul, those are connections I cannot make for.
Before I go, what exactly did you do to my side?
You had forgotten how to view the world, my child. This will make you understand that for us, there is precious little difference between the living. Source is. It is a constant, a subject of neither time nor transience. All of life is Source, and in Source it is, immortally so. Your vision has been restored, giving you the power to see spirits, the souls of dead mortals made manifest. Speak the spell during your peregrinations, and you will see them. Where the dead lie, the dead. Good luck, dear Fane. Make me proud.
A man's spirit stands before you, clad in scholarly dress. When your eyes meet, he staggers back, terrified.
Who has taken my books? My notes? They were here just a moment ago. Everything was peaceful again. Sweet Armadia, why do you test your chronicler so, haunting me with spirits? Am I cursed? Has the goddess turned her back on me?
Actually, you're the one who's dead, not I.
The chronicler shudders, looking sick to his stomach.
Again. This again. I sleep, then I wake, and another piece of the world is gone. When we were in Reaper's Eye, when I saw those tomes and scrolls, I was myself again. For a moment, I was alive. But the vision always fades. I'm just a remnant of the Empress's ambition. Why can't I escape? Why is there never a way out?
Can you tell me more of yourself?
Me? I archived Rivellon's history. I used ink to immortalize greatness on the page. A lizard empress sought my services. She needed an ancient design restored from a damaged text. She told me the design was brilliant. When the armor was forged, the empress showed it to me and trapped me inside. Consumed me. If it wasn't for me, the armor wouldn't exist at all. This Oh, this is my fault.
I can help you break free if you only know the way.
If I knew the way, I'd shout until every god heard me. But I have no idea. I simply want this to end.
The chronicler puts his head in his hands, collapsing in silent defeat.